go on. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ravachakudash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of the Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us his truth. And a sincere peace and salutations to the Akim pushing his word. And truth and in all sincerity, it's the Brother Ganon from DC Church coming back at you with a quick video. And Lewis Will, it's going to be quick. Just something on my spirit. Just something, Jake, being in your head, critiquing yourself, so this, basically cursing myself out, and I'm just putting it on wax, which I know it can relate to other brothers, and Lord will just lift brother spirits up. But the importance of sacrifice and going into that. Let me get this real quick. Philippians 2:5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which is also in Hamashiach Yahushua, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High," meaning having the same mind as him. So coming back to this thing, we know the number one requirement that we have to give is ourselves. And the Lord said, "Let this mind be in you," and just you got to go back and remind yourself, continue to put it in your head, the importance of sacrifice, and the magnitude that the Most High put that on, put sacrificing on, that level. The level of sacrifice is very important in this thing, and it's really all you got. So when you slip and you falling behind in your productivity, this is what you got to think about. And I was reading Sirach, Salaki. I was reading St. John 10:10. It says, "The thief cometh not, but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep." And it's just going into, Yahushua and his love for us, and his sacrifice for us, and without that, we being the sheep in this scripture, we would be out of there, if it wasn't for Yahushua, right? Verse 13. No, verse 12, it says, "But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep." The wolf comes in the form of the shepherd. He tried to come and fool the sheep, and when danger comes to the sheep, he gonna leave. He not gonna sacrifice himself for us, you know. He didn't value the art of sacrifice, because we're not his, but we are the Lord's, and he sacrificed for us. So our job is to do that for him, you know. You can go and get the attention and the things of that nature in the world, but when danger come your way, the world ain't gonna take care of you. The world is gonna leave you, ultimately, and that danger that I'm speaking about is actually coming, But in order for the Lord to be there for you, you have to sacrifice like he did, And this is what I was thinking about when I was reading the scripture. I'm gonna continue on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump down to verse 18. It said, "No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. The commandment I have received of my Father." But basically it's saying, he's talking about his life, Matter of fact, I should just read up. Verse 17, it says, "Therefore doeth my Father love me, because I lay down my life, that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again." But yeah, he had power to save himself, you know. Yahushua spoke of it. Do you know that I have a legion, you know, of angels? Brothers know what I'm talking about. But Yahushua had the power to save himself from his crucifixion, but he didn't because he sacrificed himself for us, you know. And even thinking about Abraham, you know, he was required to sacrifice his son, you know. And for brothers that have a son or brothers who don't, brothers who don't have kids, you can still fathom the thought of the importance or the magnitude of love that you have for your child, and Yahweh required Abraham, the Most High required Abraham to sacrifice his son to prove his love to him, or show his loyalty basically, you know, and since he was willing to do that, Abraham's who he is to the world now, the whole world know him, you know, he is the progenitor of the promise, the progenitor of the nation that has the promise. The promise was originally given to him to be passed down to Isaac and then Isaac to Jacob, you know. But all that started with the sacrifice, man. And that's the importance of sacrificing, man. You know, when you read um Romans the 12th chapter, and it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, um, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. You know, this is the least we can do, considering what the Lord did for us. But also if you put on the same mind as Yahweh Shah and while Yahweh, then you know the importance of this sacrifice, man, and being locked in, and having that longevity like our leaders, you know. Watching the apostles, watching the bishops, watching these men that's been doing this for 20 plus years, 15 plus years, you know, and even if you at your 10th year plus, you know, you can't start to lag. You can't start to feel like you put in the sacrifice. You got to keep going, like the examples that we had before us, man, you know, and that's just something that was in my mind. I don't know if I put it together, as it was in my mind, but um, through the spirit, brothers gotta step it up, man. This world is a strong vacuum, but you know, you gotta be transformed, man. You gotta lock into the actual goal, like the Apostle Tahar said. That fun is about to happen, man. But you're not gonna take part of it if you're not truly sacrificing. You know, verse 2 it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that which is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High." You know, and the will of the Most High is to do what we're doing, man. Stand locked in. You know, keeping your hand on the plow. Do your videos. You know, get to camp on time. I'm a I gotta get to work, but Lord's willing, I got the point across, and to any brothers that's in that limbo, may this, if you come across this video, may this be that jolt to do your job, you know. Um, but yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got. To the next video, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Baruch HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the elect.